did you find the builders?
Excellent. Very, very responsive to our needs and wishes, because we wanted to reuse some bricks from the party wall, because we want the whole project to be as sustainable as possible. And we asked them to take the bricks down literally brick by brick rather than just sort of smashing it to pieces, which they did, and they stacked them nicely.
We were able to reuse them.
Yes.
Yeah, that was very good. And also, I mean, the site foreman was excellent in being engaged in the design and being able to talk about it and make changes as we went along. So, and the whole building team were very good.
They were lovely. Very reliable, came on time, very discreet, very sensitive to my garden. I was particularly worried about having people trampling all over the garden.
Right. And we were able to manage the whole project where the house was actually insulated from the work.
So what were the builders like?
The builders were absolutely excellent. The site foreman was totally in control. He was on site every day. They arrived at the same time every day. They left roughly at the same time every day, unless there was a job that they were going to get finished, and the site foreman was determined they were going to finish before they left. They were fantastic because they were very polite. They fitted very much round us, and I actually have 3 dogs, and we had potential fencing problems. But every night they boarded up the fence again, they filled in, covered any gaps the dog might fall through. They were so careful about safety issues. It was really impressive.
How did you find the builders?
The builders were great. They were a good, fun bunch of guys, and the site manager, I had a great deal of confidence and trust in. He was very careful. He clearly was very careful about his reputation. It was very important to him that he did a good job, and I trusted them completely. I had they turned up early in the morning before we'd agreed the time. They did exactly what they said they were going to do. Quite often they were ahead. The work they did was excellent, and we've had lots of people come around and look at the work, and I've been very impressed with the quality of the finish. And I think the most important thing for me was that I could trust them being in the house all day when we weren't here, and I totally trusted them, and they looked after my cats. That's a plus.
The builders were extremely reliable. They arrived on time every morning throughout the entire build. I think we maybe lost one day unavoidably due to some heavy rain, but other than that they were very reliable and they got the job done. There was even some time at the end for a few extra pieces of work that we wanted done.
Did you feel safe with them here?
Once we'd seen the builders work for the first day or two, we were very comfortable leaving them to it. We both work full time. We even went away on holiday for a couple of weeks during the build, and we were very happy to have them in the house. They were very careful to minimise the risk of any sort of damage or anything in the house while they were working, and we got to know them quite well, and we were very pleased with the work they did.
They were fantastic. The site foreman and the rest of the building team, they were all really well organised. They always cleaned up at the end of the day. They always told us if they were going to be going through the house, and they made very little mess. There was one short period when they had to go up into the first floor of the house to put the acros, the supports to hold the walls up, and they told us exactly what was going to happen. They did that very, very quickly, and then made everything good afterwards. They replastered, repainted, sorted the floors out and everything. So we were very happy with their approach and the work that they did.
And you felt safe with them here?
Absolutely, we felt completely safe and comfortable. They were very friendly and never had any problems with the team at all.
Well, contrary to what I had expected, the builders were excellent. I think, without exception, people who had gone through a similar thing said, expect your builders to overrun, cut their days short, that kind of thing. But the site foreman and his team of builders were, as I said, excellent. They finished ahead of time, they were always friendly. An outstanding aspect of the site foreman was his flexibility. We changed our mind about something quite significant after the roof had been plastered and he had to undo something, and he was absolutely flexible and happy to do that, and it meant it slowed the project down, but in spite of that they still finished ahead of time. They were excellent because, and like I said, the single outstanding thing was they finished ahead of time, in fact 3 weeks ahead of time. In addition, they did extra works that were beyond the scope of the original plan, and so yeah, flexible, professional and friendly.